Okay guys, let's talk about the circle of fifths. So the circle of fifths is a visual representation of every key, how many sharps or flats it has, and how each key relates to another. So here it is. I've filled it out with everything you need to know for your level of Music Olympics, the lower intermediate level. But I want to walk you through why it is the way it is, so you don't just memorize what goes where, just make sure you really understand this. So the outside of the circle are major keys. You'll notice that they're uppercase letters. The inner part of the circle are minor keys. You'll notice they are lowercase letters. This is a really important thing to remember the difference of. You need to make sure that on your test, your minors are lowercase, your majors are uppercase, or you will get points taken off. So keep that tidbit in your mind. This, from here on this way, we have your sharps, your keys that have sharps in them. From here on this way, we have flats. Obviously here we have 0 sharps or flats because that's your C major and your A minor, which are relative to one another. Okay, so in order to know which key goes where, think of this like a clock, okay? So normally you'd have your your 12, then your 1, your 2, your 3, your 4, your 5, your 6 o'clock, and so on, right? In this case, we're gonna think of this as a 0 instead of a 12, okay? So we have 0 sharps and flats, that's your C major, A minor. We have 1 sharp, we have your G major and your E minor. We have 2 sharps, that's your D major. We have 3 sharps, that's your A major, and so on. Now, like I said, this side is flats. So instead of going 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, we're actually just going back this way from 0. So we have 0 sharps or flats. Over here we have 1 flat, because it's on this side. That's F major and D minor. Those are all the flat keys you need to know for now. So just keep that in your mind that this side is the flat side. So we call this the circle of fifths because every 5 notes we add a sharp or a flat. Okay, so we have 0 sharps or flats. What's the interval from a C to a G? It's a fifth, right? So that's a fifth. And we add a sharp, F sharp, right? From your G to D, that's another fifth. So you can see it continues the pattern as I've shown here. It's a fifth away, you add another sharp. You add another fifth away, and now we have 3 sharps. Then another fifth, and now we have 4 sharps. So you can see kind of how the keys relate to one another. It's the same way this way. A fifth down from C is F, right? And we have 1 flat. It's gonna keep going down the other direction, okay? Because then we have a B flat and going down the keys that way. That I think is the last thing you need to really know, but just be sure that you understand why everything goes where it goes, because you will need to fill out blanks. They might have, you know, something like this for you to fill out, okay? So you need to think, okay, well, the place where the 2 on the clock would go is blank, so what key has 2 sharps? It's D. And that's how you can figure those out. There you go.